Most people don't struggle with consistency because they're weak or unmotivated. They struggle because they're overwhelmed. And overwhelmed brains don't take action, they shut down. You're not inconsistent because you lack willpower. You're inconsistent because you're carrying too much internally, and your system is overloaded before you ever start. Once you understand this, the entire way you see your inconsistency begins to change. Think about how many times you've said, "I know what to do, I just don't do it." That sentence alone tells the whole story. You don't have a knowledge problem. You don't have a desire problem. You have a capacity problem. You've been trying to perform at a level your current energy, stress, and emotional bandwidth simply can't sustain. And instead of adjusting the approach, you've been blaming yourself. I used to believe inconsistency meant I wasn't disciplined enough. But every time I fell off, it wasn't because I didn't care, it was because I was mentally exhausted. And exhaustion mimics lack of discipline. Exhaustion looks like avoidance. Exhaustion looks like procrastination. Exhaustion looks like I'll start Monday. None of that is weakness. It's just the brain's way of protecting you from doing more when you're already over capacity. Here's the truth nobody talks about. When you're overwhelmed, your brain cannot process long-term goals. It can barely handle the day in front of you. But fitness culture keeps telling you to do more, push harder, grind through the chaos. Your nervous system doesn't work like that. When it's overloaded, it doesn't respond with motivation. It responds with shutdown. So every time you tried to start strong, go all in, overhaul your routine, or finally get serious, you were setting yourself up to crash. Not because you're incapable, but because the plan wasn't built for your reality. Consistency doesn't collapse because you're weak. It collapses because the approach ignores your actual life. And ignoring your real life is the fastest way to sabotage your progress. Let me break down the real psychology of inconsistency. First, overwhelm triggers avoidance. Second, avoidance damages confidence. Third, low confidence makes it harder to start again. So the cycle continues, not because you failed, but because the emotional weight grew heavier every time you tried. This isn't a willpower loop, it's an overload loop. So how do you finally stay consistent? You start by acknowledging the real barrier, overload, not motivation. When you name the real problem, you remove the shame. Then you choose the smallest possible action, something so light your brain doesn't resist it. When the action is small, the emotional cost is small. And when the emotional cost is small, you follow through more often. The final step is rebuilding identity through follow-through. Not through intensity, not through discipline, through self-evidence. I said I would, and I did. That's how confidence rebuilds. That's how momentum starts to grow again. You don't need perfect weeks. You need consistent signals that remind your brain you're capable of showing up. So if you've been hard on yourself for falling off, hear this clearly. You don't have a consistency problem. You have a capacity problem. And capacity problems are solvable when the plan fits your life, your energy, and your reality. Consistency becomes natural instead of forced. You're not undisciplined, you're overloaded. And overload has a solution. So if this hits you to the core, watch more longevity mindset videos here on the channel. I break down and help teach you how to design a system that fits your actual life. Subscribe if you want more content built for real adults with real responsibilities. And comment below, what are the struggles we all face in today's world? Your insight might help and connect with someone. So start the conversation today.